My Design Rules is back,
Yes,
and it's
baby.
packed with the drama, creativity, and a whole lot of inspiration, like I promised, as we've got 3 duos racing to transform bare shells into dream homes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this season, BUCO takes us behind the scenes, actually, to show how it all comes together at Paarl Valley Estate. Now, in episode 7, we #begin with BUCO as their state-of-the-art truss plant, where custom trusses for all the 3 homes were crafted and dramatically lifted into place, raising both the roofs and our standards.
We're raising all the levels here. The bar's been set. So
That's
listen,
right.
each step takes us closer to 3 incredible finished homes. You getting excited? Yeah, me too. Let's take a look.
My Design Rules White Box exclusive behind the scenes series. Begin with BUCO.
We're here today at Paarl Valley Estate, and the progress on these dream homes has been incredible. It's impossible to think that a few weeks ago there was absolutely nothing, and now we're looking at these beautiful dream homes that's risen in front of our eyes. If I look at the formwork, it's absolutely impeccable, and to know that we have a rock-solid foundation that would definitely last for the next 110 years. AfriSam really delivers. As you can see, the vanilla face bricks from Coro Brick came out beautifully. Once we finish off this wall and we include our white oxide in the joints in between, you're gonna have this lush, seamless finish of a white wall, and it's really gonna make the building just pop. Today is such an exciting day. Our roofs are being put on. As you can see, BUCO supplied us with the best roof trusses, battens, and roof sheeting. On the opposite side, even more exciting things are happening. Our roof sheeting is being put on. So it's a double whammy today. And for me, the most important thing is our houses are being sealed off from all of the elements, and these buildings are actually becoming homes. So exciting. John, a very exciting time. Our roof package is on its way being installed, and I think this is one of the most exciting times during a project. I refer to it as a roof package as there's a lot of parts to it. Can you explain a little bit more what makes up a roof package?
You've got your trusses that forms part of the superstructure. If you have to think of it as the skeleton of the roof. What adds onto that package would be all the purlines that have to go in, your fascia boards, your roof sheeting or silver coat, but then it's insulation layers, everything that has to go in, that forms part of the whole total roof at the end.
What is really important to notice is once our roof package has been installed, our building goes into a state of equilibrium, which means that our load is being transferred perfectly down the load-bearing walls into the foundation, and that's how our building keeps on staying upright. Can you explain and elaborate a little bit more about this?
For us to get the design on the roof, it has to go through the engineer, and they have to calculate where our load-bearing walls are. So the load from the roof, your shear force, everything has to be calculated to be that your load-bearing walls are sufficient to handle the load coming from the roof side.
Very important to note that this is custom made. It's been custom engineered specifically for our homes and supplied by BUCO.
Yeah, it made it a lot easier for us and for our team with the installation as well. If everything from a supplier comes correct to the project, then the installation team, it just gets a lot easier for them to do their installation as well.
When designing roof trusses, we specifically look for a roof plan, and then the plan will give us all the information that we need, such as roof covering, pitch, angle of roof, overhang, building dimensions, everything that we will need that is critical to the design for the roof truss.
The actual process of manufacturing is where myself or Jeremy goes to site. We measure the actual building on site physically to check if the measurements or what they've built is exactly the same as what's on the plan. Then the job cards will be given to the guys in the factory. They'll pull the timber, make sure that's the right timber and nail plates, which the cutter will then cut a sample. The jig will be made, making sure that all the joints are closed. Once Sammy is happy with that, after inspected, the whole job will be cut and the nail plates will be put in. It'll be partially nailed, put through the roller where it's fully embedded into the timber. It will be stacked. Once the trusses are all done, we'll do the paperwork and it'll be loaded onto the truck, which include the site documents and the roof plan. The roof plan markings will correspond with the trusses that we've made, and each and every truss will then have its individual marking. And that will be loaded and will be dispatched on the date that we've promised the customer.
A roof without the roof truss doesn't exist. So the truss forms that integral part of the structural integrity of the roof. And therefore, it's critical that that is correct. We have a responsibility to make sure that your truss is designed correctly and that it is safe. We apply safe building practices. And therefore, we can reassure you that when we supply you roof truss, it has passed that test and it is structurally sound.
We get audited once a year by ITC, which we need to adhere to certain codes and standards, making sure that the right grade of timber, the right size of timber, the plates that we use are all 100% correct. We constantly supply a high quality of trusses at the right price for the customer at the right time.
Yeah, John, I think now looking up at this, the viewers, we can all get a better sense of what this whole roof package is. Can you elaborate a little bit more specifically how this roof has been fixed on the wall plates with the hoop ties?
So where the trusses go and they sit on the roof, you'll have a purline that runs on the brickwork that just separates the brick from the truss. Also allows for a little bit of last minute leveling when necessary. And then we have a hoop iron that gets built into the wall cavity, about 600 mils into the cavity in depth, and then it goes out. And then once the truss gets put down, we basically put it as a strap over the end of the truss that is supported on the wall.
So it's literally fastening it to that wall plate, to the wall, and
at the end it becomes one solid structure. So you think of taking a roof, you can build it on the ground and everything, and if you build it right, you can actually lift it up and put it on the wall.
It's very interesting seeing all of the elements. You can now start to clearly distinguish between your triangular trusses and your battens running along.
So what you'll see now is horizontal sections of purlines that go across. With sheeting, we use click lock. Now it has a buckle that gets fitted onto the roof structure, and then the sheeting just clicks onto it, which is nice because you don't have any perforations from the outside, which is also good for waterproofing. We do less stuff where we have holes in the roof that needs to be filled and where you potentially could get a leak later on. With sheeting, we can get away with minimal. And it can be spaced a lot further because we just need to have the right amount of buckles going down the line depending on the length of the sheeting.
For me, it's always like the most important part when the roof comes on, because then you know your windows is most probably in and you really now enclosing your house. It's sealed off from all the elements. And I also think this is kind of the last step for our contestants as well. The moment the roof goes on, we're almost at that white box stage. These buildings are becoming beautiful homes. And thanks to BUCO, AfriSam and Carobreak, our dream has become a reality. We are at the end of the finish line, and I'm super excited to see how our contestants are going to transform these beautiful white boxes.
Education coming through at its finest. A lot of this we didn't even know before, but it's so cool to see just exactly how the magic is coming together and how we get one step further to white boxing. So you need to stay up to date with every step of the BUCO behind the scenes series on BUCO's Buildwares YouTube channel. So follow the journey from the ground up as we gear up for My Design Rules Season 2, baby. And you want to make sure you hit subscribe and you could win a 1,000 Rand BUCO voucher. It's really that simple. Your terms and conditions do apply, and you can visit expressoshow.com for more of those details. But talking about inspiration, that's going to keep coming your way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and especially in the form of finances. Now, if you're looking for a way to just manage your finances and manage all our money, well, then this is the place to stick to because we've got all the good conversation coming your way. Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We'll see you around the corner.